Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Steve the Bartender, and today I'm doing a comparison between the left-hand cocktail and the Boulevardier. To give you a little bit of a backstory, Boulevardier is a variation on the Negroni. Negroni being gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. Negroni was created in 1920. The Boulevardier was created around 1927. And then the left hand is a variation on the Boulevardier. Stick with me here. It was created by Sam Ross around the 2000s, I believe. And it's only a subtle variation, but he didn't actually realize the Boulevardier existed when he first created it. He was trying to make a bit of a twist on like a Manhattan and a Negroni, do a bit of a mashup and put them together. But left hand and the Boulevardier, fairly similar, a couple of small differences. Quite a few people have been asking for me to make it on the channel, so let's give it a crack. First, I'm chilling my mixing glass today. Got some glasses set aside, making sure they're nice and cold. Want to make sure this drink is excellent. Personally, I would serve a Boulevardier on ice, but today I'm going to serve it up in a Nick and Nora glass so that it's an equal comparison between the left hand and the Boulevardier. So let's get started. Partially chilled mixing glasses, empty those. Now on the left hand side, I'll do the left hand. Makes it nice and easy to remember. So bourbon whiskey of your choice, I'm using Buffalo Trace, 1.5 ounces, 45 ml. Now because Sam Ross made this as a variation on the Manhattan, has that 2-to-1 ratio of bourbon whiskey to sweet vermouth. So 3/4 ounce, 22.5 ml of Campari and sweet vermouth. Cool. And then last ingredient for the left hand is 3 dashes of chocolate bitters. I'm using Scrappy's. I really like the flavor of this one. It's like dark chocolate cacao. It's dry and bitter, but Sam originally used the Bitterman's chocolate bitters. Reason being is it had just been released at the time he was creating this cocktail. 3 dashes. And then onto the Boulevardier. Again, 1.5 ounces, 45 ml of bourbon whiskey. I believe the original Boulevardier was actually equal parts, just like the Negroni, but over time, people have changed it up from bourbon whiskey to rye whiskey, but modern bartenders seem to serve up Boulevardier with a little bit higher ratio of whiskey. I'm adding tricks today, guys. So we had 1.5 ounces, 45 ml of bourbon whiskey, and 1 ounce, 30 ml of Campari, 1 ounce, 30 ml of sweet vermouth. To recap, different ratios and chocolate bitters in the left hand. And we want to add plenty of ice and give it a stir for 15 to 30 seconds. I'm going to give stirring both at the exact same time. I'm not experienced in doing this because I never have the need to. Generally, I'm making one cocktail for myself or a friend, but I'm making the assumption if you want to stir 2 cocktails at once, you will use a teardrop end of the spoon as opposed to this end. Typically when you're stirring one drink, you will run the bowl of the spoon around. That's going to be a lot more difficult when you're holding 2 spoons, so using the teardrop will make it a hell of a lot easier. I need a little bit of practice, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, into chilled cocktail glasses. For some reason I feel like throwing in the garnish first before I add the drink in. So left hand has a brandied or a maraschino cherry, and Boulevardier, a twist of orange. We use a Bosca cheese peeler for getting the peel. I'll leave a link to that in the description. They're really easy to use, a little bit safer than a Y peeler. Give it a little bit of a trim, and then straight into the glass. And then the Boulevardier is garnished with the orange peel. So there you have the left hand and the Boulevardier side-by-side comparison. Cheers. As you suspect, you get some chocolate notes. Bitter, it's dry, bit of sweet. This one's a little bit brighter. I'll make the assumption because it doesn't have the bitters and that this is like quite dry. It's like this gives notes of dark, rich, bitter chocolate. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit sweeter, only a touch though. Obviously more citrusy. And yes, I should be cleansing my palate between. This is a bit like darker, richer, chocolatey. Both excellent drinks. The difference between the two are very, very subtle. Brighter, more chocolatey. Both great drinks. If you try them, if you do a side-by-side comparison, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you soon for another cocktail video. Cheers.